If you're thinking about starting your own cold outreach or thinking about how cold outreach works, or you have created an existing infrastructure but doesn't work, goes in spam, and is not getting you any responses, this video is exactly for you. My name is Nishal. I run a GTM based cold outbound agency, and we have used this method to set up more than 30 clients a cold outreach system. So I'm going to show you everything in this video, walk you through the process step by step so you can create your own infrastructure within a matter of couple of hours. Without further ado, let's directly jump in the video. Let me clear a couple of things which I have seen maximum times client doing wrong. First is never use your primary domain for cold outbound activities. The reason why I'm telling you is when you're doing outbound cold emails, you time to time you're about to get hit, flagged, or banned. If this happens with your primary domain, all the mails coming and going from investors, internal team, CEO, founder, different departments to your prospects, everything will go into spam, and it will cost you a lot of money and efforts and time to recover that. So never use your primary domain. Second, never use services like MailChimp, Aweber, or Bravo, any type of email marketing services, because they are not meant for a outbound activity or cold emails. They are meant for email marketing, which is totally different than cold emails. They use shared IP to send emails, and also they follow a consent based marketing. So you can run the first campaign, but in the second, third campaign, they will come and ask you, where did you get this lead? If you don't have proof, they will stop you from sending any emails. So make sure that you're not using any of these services. Let's understand what is required and what is the right way to do it. I'm going to show you three pillars which are important for any cold outbound infrastructure. First is domain. We are not going to use any primary domain, so we are going to use a secondary domain. What is the difference between primary and secondary domain? Simple example here. My agency domain name is repladder.com. That is the primary domain. I will just add some words: go, try, my, we, go. You can add anything in the front or add anything in the back of the brand name. And we are going to take these domains and we are going to only use it for cold emails. That's it. If these domains get flagged or blacklisted, we are just going to remove this domain from our list and get a new one. This way, your reputation, your image would not be hampered, and your will not get any delays in running your campaigns, right? So this is the reason why we use secondary domains. We got the domain. Or second pillar which we need is mailboxes. What is mailboxes? We have the domain. We need a mechanism to send the prospect emails. Now imagine this: if you are sending a mail to your prospect, you will be sending it from your G Suite or MS account, Microsoft 365 account, right? The cold email means to do the exact thing at scale. So that is the reason we use Microsoft 360 and G Suite emails. Reason why they also have their own infrastructure and own IPs. And when you send these mails, the inbox is going to see, the recipient inbox is going to see that these emails are coming from a authority or a valid email provider. We only use MS and Google inboxes. That brings us to the third pillar, is the sequencer. Sequencer means, if you have heard about Instantly or Smart Lead, these are two primary one. I also recommend Email Benson. That is also a good one, but I personally prefer Instantly just because it's very easy. This sequencer helps us to warm up email address. It helps us to rotate inboxes, helps us with the copy, spin text part. Bunch of things is important to do, which we get in the Instantly. So these are the three things which we require to get started. These are the theoretical part. Now let's dive into the planning part. Now you understood that we need domains and we need mailboxes, and these things will be added to a sequencer. But how many emails and how many domains are required? For this, there's a simple calculator I have built. I will add this sheet in the description. So ask yourself one question: how many prospects do you want to send each month? I would say start with 5,000 minimum. Minimum 5,000 prospects are important. You can get it from Apollo. You can use different type of signals, different types of social signals, recent funding, anything. Any playbook you use, but we are going to use at least 5,000 contacts. Now, how many emails and follow-ups we are going to send them? Ideally 3. 1 main pitch and 2 follow-ups. If I calculate 5,000, 3 emails, that comes to 15,000 emails we need to send. And for that, we need 8 domains and 23 emails. How we get to this calculation? Understand this thing. Understand the KPIs. One domain, if you buy one secondary domain, you can create up to 3 mailboxes for that domain from one domain. You must be thinking why. If you can get one domain and get up to 15, 20 mailboxes from a domain. The reason why that is not the best practice is because if one domain gets flagged or spammed or blacklisted, right, all the emails related to it would be spammed or flagged, right? Now your whole outreach would crumple or will be stopped, will be affected because half of your inboxes are already flagged, right? So the best practice is we use one domain and we use only 3 mailboxes per one domain. Okay. Now one mailbox can send up to 30 emails per day. Simple. One mailbox, 30 mails per day. If you start sending more, we will be easily caught by Google and MS because it's not normal to spend normal Gmails send more than 30 40 emails a day. That is a behavior which is not human and it will be flagged. So we just keep the limit up to 30 mails per email. Now the working days, how many working days we have? We don't send Saturday, Sunday. We have tested and there are no good responses coming on Saturday, Sunday, at least in the niche I have worked in. If you calculate everything, the result comes to, if 5,000 leads we need 8 domains. We need to buy 8 domains and we need to buy 24 mailboxes, yeah, to get started. So this is the plan which we are going to implement. Now I have also created a checklist. This is a basic checklist which helps us to replicate every time we create infrastructure. So now first step would be, I will show you how to buy a domain. I'm not going to show you how to buy a domain. I'm going to show you how the work process is. First step is just type a brand name and add some bunch of words. I have shown you. You can ask ChatGPT, give me secondary domains name to buy for cold emails, and it will pop up some great names. Once you have this domain, just copy this domain and run through a drop search. I will add this in link in the description. If this domain doesn't have any history, means nobody has purchased this domain before and it's doesn't has a bad reputation. Do this 8 times because we have here 8 domains we need, right? So you can change this as per your budget and what you want to start. Minimum is 500. I would recommend to go at least up to 10,000. So you have enough inboxes, enough domains and enough time testing different marketing messages, ICP and offer. But for this example, I will take 5,000 and for that we need 8 domains. I'll go and do this 8 more times and buy all the domains from Namecheap. You can use Popbun, GoDaddy, whatever you prefer. So we have got the domain. So this checklist is done. We have checked the domain, done. Now we buy G Suite and MS emails. For this mailboxes, we use a service called Zapmail. The link is in the description. So the we need 24 mailboxes means. So what I would do is get this plan 36 for G Suite as well as MS 365 both. So we are going to take $39, 2 plans, one for Workspace, Google Workspace, and second for 365. The reason why we are taking both the inboxes is due to the ESP matching, email service provider. Why this ESP is important is because in simple language, if you send emails to a G Suite owner via G Suite, the chances of landing in inbox is much higher. Same goes for MS. If you send MS mail to an MS inbox, the likelihood of getting on to inbox drastically increases, right? So we will buy 12 emails for Google and 12 from Microsoft. You can just buy this one for Google Spaces, Workspaces, and one for Microsoft. So now you have bought emails from Zapmail. Now you just go to domains, connect domains, just add a domain over here. Once you add the domain over here, it will give you name servers, testing.com. Let me see my web ladder, webladder.com. Oops, sorry. So this is going to give me name servers. Just hold for a couple of seconds. Name server will pop. You're going to use this name servers. Just copy this name servers, all the four, and point it into your name servers over here in name check. That's it. Change domain NS to, okay, we have also changed the name servers. Check the domain is verified. So once you add these domains, a domain will be verified in some couple of hours. Once this is verified, what is the next step? Redirect domains to the main domain. Cool. Once your domain is verified, just click on this domain settings. Just add your primary domain over here, right? Once you add your primary domain over here, anybody opens this email address would directly redirect to the mail domain. Next step, assign 3 emails per domain. Go to mailboxes. Once your domain is added, successfully verified, here you will have a message assign now. Now here you can add the profile photo. Always add a profile photo. It will help you to boost your reputation and people will have more trust on you. So add a profile over here. And if you don't want to add a profile, you can add a AI image over here. First name, last name, username, and then select a domain over here. So do this 3 times per domain, 1 domain, 3 emails. That's it. Make sure you do this for Google Workspace as well as Microsoft 360. Both the times you have to do this. Yep, that's it. First name, last name, user, profile. Now done. Your inboxes will appear active over here. Now just click all the inboxes, select all the inboxes, export. Once you hit export, it will be showing you where you want to export it. Now I'm going to use, so this is one of the client's accounts, so I'm doing as per his settings, but it's pretty same for all the accounts. I would do it for me in instantly for smart lead over here. Just click on export and all the inboxes will be uploaded to smart leads within 20-30 minutes, right? I will show you my example, one of for my own outreach. If I export this, all the emails come over here. I have these emails over here. I like to tag them, which are Google and which are MS. Zapmail is a provider, or if I'm using any more providers for uh, balancing it out. Export to instantly. Done. We have to enable warming. Just over here, just select everything, and you can just click on warm up. It's already, for me, it's already in warming up, but you can just click on this button and all the emails will start warming up. Add tag for G Suite. I just told you that I like to classify in groups. So example here, there are 22 emails. I'm going to use only 10-15, keep other in backup. If I run one campaign this week, I will just hold it for 2-3 days and then I will run another campaign, give it some rest. So always have in bunch, have emails in bunch or in spare and in group, so that you can use one group, second group, third group, and one is in resting, one is active, and one is backup. Select bottle crediting, and just to make sure we are on all on the right page, select all these emails. Bulk setting, just write your first name, last name over here, add your signature over here. So we are doing together. Every mail will have the signature, and everybody will every email will have this first name and last name. So it's like a global settings. Here you will keep 25. Now, once after a couple of weeks, you can make it 30. That's it. Emails are ready. Send 25. That's it. Instantly is configured. Now we will go to the campaign part. Verify the list. Okay. So whatever is your data source, verify your leads always using Million Verifier or Bounce Ban or any service provider you want. But don't upload your list without verifying it. Okay. The quality should be good. So after you verify, then only send your emails. Second step would be run a copy from this. So this is a platform where we check if the emails are not having spammy text in the mail. So just put your copy over here. I'll test one my copy. Okay. Now this is okay. This is spin text copy. Just have okay. Poor is his score is poor. The free, I would remove the free word and I'll remove the check word. So this is the concept. You have to play around with this. Try to remove anything which looks spam. But if you gain enough reputation, you can keep on some, like if you're running this, the domain is 1 year old or more than 1 year old, and you are be using this inboxes for a while, and it has like a little bit history. You can keep free check these types of words, but you are starting out, everything is fresh. Avoid it for at least some time, 2-3 months, and then you can later on start and you have a reputation, your domain ages, then you can use some of these words. But this is a good tool to check if the email has spam words or not, because many people don't know how to write a copy, include everything in the email. And if they are in financial services or in their sales, language sounds spammy, your deliverability is good, your everything is good, but the copy is bad, it will push it to spam box. So this is important. So you have to check your copy over here once. Spin text the mail. I would suggest you to use ChatGPT for ChatGPT. There is a tool called spin text generator tool. I will add this link in the description. You give your copy and tell them which platform you're using instantly, smartly. Depending upon that, it will spin text us. Do a checking and only then consider it. You have checked the spam words, you have done the spin text. Now it's time to check the placement where the email is landing. For that, we are going to use Mail Genius. When you go to Mail Genius, it will give you a email address. We have to send a mail over here. Now I will send a mail over here. So this Mail Genius is a inbox placement and delivery tool where the inbox is going, and it will also give you a score. This will help us to understand what if there is any issue with the infrastructure or the copy. We are going to send a test mail, right? Now click on this and see your score. It will take couple of seconds. It will read it and give it as an output. The score should be 90 plus is the ideal score. If it's less than that, we have to check what is the issue, and we have to fix that one. So 90 plus is there. BMI is not going to happen. Copywriting, there are some trigger words. I know the two trigger words over here, but I'm going to go ahead because this emails are old and old for me, and it works. So I'm going to two trigger word, two spam trigger words. 91 score, done. So now we have checked the health of the inbox. Now we have to see where the emails are landing up. For that, we are going to use Gmass. Gmass will show you that where is your email reaching in. Are they going into spam or inbox? So this is a great way to understand this copy. So this is a tool, very simple tool. Here you can see where your emails are going. You see the label, right? Just copy all the mails. I'll copy all the mails and put it over here. Okay, done. And send. Now, which email I have used? Niche. Okay, so I have to do a check niche. So this is a great news. Every email is going into the primary box. Sometimes you will have some emails not going into primary box. I would suggest if there are 12 or 16 filters over here, at least 80% should be there. 80% should come into the inbox. So out of 30, after 16, if 12 emails are going into inbox, I would suggest it's a good copy. Go ahead and start sending in. So we have created a good infrastructure till now. Now, okay, the copy part is done. Yep, the copy is done. We have checked it. The copy health is good. It's also landing into inbox. Now it's part to do additional scheduling of the campaign. Here, what we are going to do is only going to send via text email, no HTML. These two check boxes we are going to do, and here we are going to select the emails from here. I just use groups because I know this group is good, or three groups: active, backup, and resting. So this way grouping helps you to understand where the bunch of inboxes are. So I would just create a group using tag and use one of the groups in the campaign. Don't use a single mail in multiple campaigns. That would be a nightmare handling, as well as it becomes an issue. Enable this. Now that's it. Disable open tracking, done. Disable link tracking, done. Unlikely to reply, hostile reply, enable ESP matching. Okay, this is the final settings. We are reached the final settings. Let me go instantly. Yeah, show advanced settings. I will go down and use an advanced setting. Over here there's an option where there are two AI options, because this instantly has a lot of data inside them, and they have running a lot of while. They have a database. I think they have a database of understanding which are not likely going to reply. So thus skip, likely, unlikely to reply, just add a skip. Hostile prospect, skip. So we are going to skip these who are not going to reply or are hostile prospect. Now here we have to enable ESP matching. This is very important step, right? Very important step. So we need this ESB messaging on, and the group which I told you about should be half inbox. If there are 10 emails, 5 should be Microsoft and 5 should be Google, and then put a tag. So instantly recognizes which inbox the prospects have and sends the mail as per that. I also select this one. That's it. You're going to have created a system which is going to help you to send emails up to 5,000 prospect to 10,000 prospect without worrying too much about deliverability. Making sure that you follow all the steps. I would add one more thing: do an inbox placement test. Take hypergrowth plan if you're serious in the future. What will this do? Enabling this hypergrowth plan, it will automatically keep on testing the inboxes whenever the health score is bad, domain gets flagged, or whatever the issue is. It will pause and automatically push it to a warm up period, and once the warm up is done, hits a better level, automatically going to add it to the all the inboxes. So this way you don't have to worry too much about the deliverability. That is the entire process. We create campaigns. Let me know your thoughts about this, how this video helped you. I will add the checklist and all the links in the description. If you are someone who is looking for this type of services and wants and needs help building this, we will be happy to help you out. Links in the description for a calendar. Please book a call and we will be help you to set up this infrastructure in this couple of days and plan your whole outreach plan if you need any help. Hope this helps. Comment me in the section if you have any doubts. We'll be happy to solve. Cheers.